today we're going to go ahead and put out this Saddlemen Explorer Seat review. I kind of hate to even call it a review. It's really just a few of my thoughts. When I watch reviews, they're really in depth. They have a lot of information. I'm not going to be that way, but I am going to tell you what I think about it and what my wife thinks about it, most importantly, because she is the one who sits on the back of it. So stick around.
And I'm gonna take a trail of the world. I gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'll give you the whole of what I've got. Fancy finds, baby, I have not. Just gonna love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna love you, baby. Cross my heart and hope to die.
So first things first, the stock seat I had on this 2020 Lowrider S was not the one that normally would come on it. The one that would normally come on it was a solo seat, and I had them swap out that solo seat for the stock 2020 Lowrider seat that wasn't the S, that was like the it just was a 2-up seat. That 2-up seat barely had any padding in the back, barely any at all. And the driver's seat was a lot of the same, except it was a little more comfortable, but it was more flat, and it seemed like you could slide off of the edges of it. It just wasn't that great of a seat. So I had talked about in a previous video that I had sat on a Saddlemen seat. I know that's the seat that everybody goes with. I gotta admit, it was pretty tough. It didn't seem very comfortable. So I did some research, and everyone said that, well, they really recommend that you put 1,000 miles on the seat because it takes some time to break in. So, needed to be too harsh. I mean, everybody that has it, all of them can't be lying. It has to be a good seat. So, anyway, make long story short, my wife wanted to ride, and she told me unless I purchased a new seat, that was not going to happen. We went on a ride, made a video. You can see that video here. She absolutely hated that other seat. In order to keep my wife on the back of this motorcycle, we had to spend some money and just take a chance on a new seat. I started looking at some really nice, comfortable 2-up seats that had really great reviews for the passenger, you know, because I want my wife to really enjoy it. I want my wife to love this stuff, man, as much as I do. So I'm just going to read a little bit off their website. One of the first questions it's going to ask you is what you want your top stitch color to be. You can actually request red stitching, wine bearing stitching, blue stitch, bright green stitch, forest green stitch, orange stitch, gold stitch, silver, white, sunflower, dark gray stitch. You can actually go in here and select whichever stitching color you want. There are a ton of options. It's only $10 to be able to choose a color other than black. You also are able to pick the Saddlemen logo color. So on the Saddlemen, you actually have the Saddlemen logo that's stitched in. You can select a different stitching color individually for that logo, and you have all the same options to go here. You have silver, black, white, gold, and the same as top stitch. If you've got a different color. Your driver heated core option. This is a heated core that you can add in if you want. You don't have to. It costs extra $92 to do that. And then they have a passenger heated core that's also another $92 added on to it if you wanted to do that. It wasn't something I went for, but you know, I live in Louisiana, and but if I lived in a lot colder place that was cold for most of the year, I probably would go that route. Everything I read was saying that you need to give Saddlemen at least 1,000 miles butt time in that seat before it really breaks in, you know. And I said that a minute ago, and it's true. That's kind of what I've read. I haven't really experienced it softening up any, but if I don't know, I'm probably close to 1,000 seat miles. I do like the seat. but I do think for me it is still a little hard. I've gotten used to the way it feels. You know, I do feel really secure and stable on it. You know, I don't feel like I'm slipping off side to side. I have a lot of support in the back, but it is a little clumpy, I would say. But you know, I've gotten used to it, and I think I like having it myself. So I'm gonna keep it on the bike for a while. Knowing what I know now, would I have still made the Saddlemen Explorer purchase? My answer to that would be yes. The Saddlemen Explorer Seat has enabled my wife to be able to actually go out and enjoy the motorcycle and ride on the back of it and not be in pain. The last few times that we have ridden together, she rode the whole trip, never said a word except for how much she loved this new seat compared to the old one. It's night and day for her. It made that big of a difference. For me, it wasn't that much of a difference, except for some of the support I feel in the back part, and I do feel more stable. I hope you were able to get something from this. I hope this was at least a little bit helpful. There weren't very many videos of the Saddlemen Explorer Seat on YouTube, so I wanted to be able to help out with that. Hopefully soon we'll be able to get my wife and maybe some other people on some of these videos and recording. I've got this Sena here, so you know, if they ride motorcycles and they have one too, you guys will be able to hear them talk to me, just like you do in all these other motovlog YouTube, just like you do in all these other motovlog, just like you hear and all these other motovloggers. Anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this one. If you like what you saw, reach over there and hit the like button. If you think you might want to see more, man, I'd appreciate if you would subscribe. That helps out the channel a lot. Until next time, y'all take it easy.
Diamonds so pearls, and I don't wanna take you traveling the world, but I can love you. Yeah, I'm gonna love you.